Chapter 15, Alliance. Charlie sat by the gravestone, hugging his knees. Wolf sat sadly next to his master, his head bowed low. Charlie was devastated. If only he hadn't had the idea to go running around fighting crime in the first place, none of this would have happened. Of course, it didn't help that one of Grandpa Tim's last suggestions had been to go out and save the day. Why did he listen to Grandpa Tim? Why did he listen to the Beckley blood in his veins telling him that he was invincible and nothing could stop him? But you couldn't blame Grandpa Tim for this. Grandpa Charles had always followed Grandpa Tim, had always wanted to be like Grandpa Tim, had always wanted to be better than Grandpa Tim. It had gotten him killed. A senseless, pointless death that proved nothing. Grandpa Charles had been at war. He had so badly wanted the Howsett blood in Charlie to win out against the Begley blood, to rebel against the code and the claws. As much as Grandpa Charles loved Grandpa Tim, he envied him and hated him. Charlie heard a noise and looked up. Joe Masters stood next to him, looking old and sad. I couldn't save him. Not this time, he sighed sadly, tears falling from his eyes. They were my brothers, and I was supposed to look out for them. Charlie could see even clearer now. It wasn't even Tim's approval that Charles was after. It was Joe's. The big brother, the other vital ingredient in the improbability clause. The smart, strong one who always kept them out of trouble. Charles had been jealous of the centuries-old friendship between the two families. It wasn't your fault, Charlie whispered. I know, but it will live with me forever. Joe looked up to the cloudy sky above. The sudden crack of thunder barely registered in his psyche, but he knew it meant it was time to go home. Come on, Charlie, we need to go. He held up his hands to help the boy up. Oh, Charles, the old man thought as he looked back at his best friend's grave one last time. You meant just as much to me as Tim did. You were my brother too. That night, while the Masters and Begley families, along with their friends, celebrated the life of Charles Howsett, Master Revolver was stalking the streets of Pleasantville. The empty alleyway was dark and foreboding. Master Revolver smirked as he walked down it. Pulling his pistol from his belt, he fired into a dark corner. A loud tink reverberated throughout the air, and the gunman grinned. So you are here. So glad you could make it, he sneered. Of course I'm here. I've been on pins and needles just salivating for your arrival, a sarcastic female voice replied. Oh, I bet you have, Master Revolver leered. Mobster Marion might have been the leader of his most hated rivals, but she certainly was attractive. Within a split second, he found a sword at his throat. It was nowhere near as long nor as intimidating as the lion's claw blade, but it was at least sharp enough to tear out his throat. Don't you dare mock me, gunslinger, Mobster Marion warned, or I will kill you. Oh, what? After you sent one of your lovely helicopters to come and rescue me? I was very touched, by the way. Master Revolver shrugged the blade off. Not as fine as what you're used to wielding, though, is it? Neither is that little pistol you're waving around. Mobster Marion glared at the pathetic little gun in the gangster's hand. However, it will make cutting you down all the more easier. You're on. Master Revolver fired his gun, barely missing the mobster, who dodged quickly. She retaliated with a quick jab of the sword, nicking Master Revolver's coat but leaving him relatively unscathed. Master Revolver fired again, twice. The first bullet missed, but the second one nicked Mobster Marion's hand. Enraged, Mobster Marion slashed upwards, leaving a nasty cut on Master Revolver's chest. Both of them glared at each other. It was on. Mobster Marion retreated again to the shadows. Master Revolver fumed. Even if he did retreat to one of the shadows as well, the gun going off would alert her to his presence. Instead, he dropped to one knee. Giving up already? I'll make this quick then. Mobster Marion thought. She jumped down from the dumpster she'd been standing on and landed right on Master Revolver's fist. The wind flew out of her, his fist sunk deeper into her stomach. He pointed the gun at her head and was about to pull the trigger when the butt of her sword smacked him hard on the side of the head. They separated, both regaining their composure. Not bad, gunslinger, Mobster Marion spat, trying to catch her breath. You're pretty sharp yourself, swordswoman, Master Revolver replied, clutching his sore head. Mobster Marion traced his hulking frame with her eyes, watching his powerful muscles tense and relax. Both of them took up a fighting stance again, their eyes locked, the tension rising. Master Revolver started firing again, each bullet being dodged with ease. Mobster Marion easily got up close and swung her sword, narrowly missing Master Revolver. Their faces were close. They could taste each other's breath. Master Revolver caught her lips with his as she pushed up against him. Later on, so Mobster Marion traced the hairs on Master Revolver's chest 2 hours later in her bedroom. I think we have a deal. Master Revolver cupped his hand around her face. Together, we'll fix those nights, and we'll get back the Lucky 7 gun and the Lion's Claw blade. No wonder I've always liked you. Everyone likes me. So arrogant. I have a right to be. Another kiss sealed the deal. The Death Valley gang and the mobsters of Miss Neech were no more. A far worse threat had been born of the union of the two most despised groups in the city. Pleasantville now had to deal with the Death Valley mobsters. Again, thank you for listening into this chapter. I hope you enjoyed the little battle between Master Revolver and Mobster Marion. Be sure to check out www.chucklesandgiggles.com. As every YouTuber will tell you, like and subscribe. And take care of yourself, wash your hands, social distance, take your medication if you have them, and I will see you guys later.